Diablo 4 is coming out next month, and pimps, let me tell you something, it is the best of everything. If you're Activision Blizzard, that is, because they've managed to trick one of the largest nostalgic reserve armies. Activision Blizzard, that is, because they've managed to trick one of the
PUBG Battlegrounds, 42 copies sold.
Largest nostalgic reserve armies into hitting every branch on the predatory monetization.
Well, they said that it's not gonna be predatory. Well, this ain't predatory though. This right here is skins. You know, this ain't pay to win.
Or in other words, Bobby Boy just hit bingo, and he even got to keep the titty milk. They get $70 for the base game, an extra $20 for early access, paid expansions, an in-game shop, battle passes, and a physical collector's edition for $100 that doesn't even include the game itself. That is some tier 3 grifting right there. All they're missing is gotcha mechanics to get big budget waifus, but I'll get to that problem in a second. First, I want
You gotta love the waifus, dog. I'm sorry.
to address the fact that, yes, I am well aware that this is just the way it is in the modern day gaming industry, because I watched Asmongold's video on it where he said that shit 50 times. But just because that's just the way it is doesn't mean the game will be any less shit as a result of it. Have we all forgotten about Warhammer 40,000 different color shirts unless you succumb to the cash shop? Have we all forgotten about New World making you run around looking like a jackass for 20 hours because they put 5 different dorky armor sets in the base game, unless of course you use the cash shop? And have we all forgotten what this does to the actual game? It's not just the fact that they're trying to take the milk right out of your fridge. I mean, that's capitalism, baby. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. No, I have a problem with the mountain of cut content that will be a result of it. And this is a game that already looks like it's going to struggle with girth, if its pencil dick skill tree is any indication. But speaking of things that aren't going to be thin at all, let's talk about the character customizer, because damn! Remember Diablo 2's Assassin, or their Amazon, or hell, even the Sorceress? Well, forget about all that, because this is what you get now.
Hey, that's ooh, good lord. Whew. That's a druid, if I'm not mistaken, or a berserker. Not berserker. Barbarian. I mean, they're supposed to be fat, right? Phew.
What in the goddamn hell is that supposed to be? The budget cuts here
Now that looks nice.
are so bad that I think we can officially declare this game the Great 600-Pound Depression. In fact, you don't even get a budget slider here, and yet they have the balls to walk around talking about
near endless character creation.
It's impeccable
Yeah, it ain't endless, I'll tell you that much.
how in a game with, quote,
Near endless character creation.
not one of them results in a big budgeted end result. I'm fighting for representation here, pimps. Okay, sure. Technically, this is a major leap for the series, because in Diablo 3, you could only choose from the 2 genders, and in this one, well, no, actually, hang on, that's gone. But hey, you have an endless 4 face type, and an
But it's great graphics though. I will say that. The graphics are amazing. It ain't endless, but the graphics are great.
endless 12 hairstyles and an endless 12 facial hair types so that your woman can walk into that tavern and turn that place into a marsh with her voluptuous big beard. You know what I'm talking about, Sony fanboys. Come on. I mean, Jesus. At this point, I'm with you. Let's just accelerate all the way forward. I will not buy this game if I can't make my woman have the George Costanza cut with an Honest Abe beard. Get that hand off that woman's ass and get typing, Blizzard. We got expectations to meet.
Get the hand off that woman's ass and get the type in Blizzard, because they're in trouble for sexual.
But even if you can't do it, I understand. I mean, it's only a $70 game. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's $100.
It's just the way it is. Moving on, let's talk about the story. I know one thing about the story, and that is the fact that they plan on dropping story updates every 3 months, probably to get you to come back and see their new battle pass every season, so Big Bob's yacht doesn't run out of fuel. However, my concern, to talk out of my ass for a second, is that the story will also suffer cut content, and they'll use that cut content as the bait. I sure wouldn't hope that's the case, or else it might just tarnish Blizzard's good name. Regardless, at this point, only time will tell if that is just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Just the way it is, man. But as long as I'm bringing up great points, lest we all forget that, much like Diablo 3's launch, there's going to be a plethora of performance issues related to the fact that this game is always online. I'm talking rubber banding, connection errors, lagging, and of course, that's even if you have the privilege of being
I was hurt when I got a queue 40 minutes. I'm like, when am I gonna play the game?
out through the front. Fuck.
And if you not there in 40, your ass is kicked out the queue.
fucking door. And if my tour in the Overwatch 2 queue times is any indication, then I think the only thing that's gonna be
near endless
is these goddamn queue times. Which is why we have the $20 upgrade for early access. Buy it now, queue on Friday, crash on Saturday, and get back in by Sunday. Your move, lawman. Listen, don't come crying to me that it's unfair, because then it would sound like it's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Just the way it is.
Just the way it is, fool. Speaking of which, then we have the gameplay. And listen,
That is
I know this
exactly
is gonna
what
be a bit
Asmund be
controversial,
saying.
but as someone that beat Diablo
It's just
3
the way
about
it is.
10 years ago on a laptop that sounded like it was gonna explode the whole time, I don't even think this looks that good. Barbarian looks like ass.
You don't think this looks that good? Oh no, you fronting now.
Druid doesn't do damage.
Yeah, the druid sucks.
Sorcerer looks
God tier.
like a sorcerer, and that
Thank you.
essentially leaves you with just the necromancer. But you know what game
That
has
looks
a
good. You didn't say nothing about the rope.
necromancer and heavy flamers and heavy bolters and chainswords and space marines? That's right, fuck Diablo 4. But now, as for Diablo 4, let's do what we always do with the previews. It's time to place your bets. All right, now listen here. I think this is what we can expect out there come game day, Jim. I think there's one guy that only ever played Diablo 3 that one time on PS4 on accident for a couple minutes, and he's gonna say, Diablo has never been better. Another man that's been playing Diablo since he was in utero will say, it's not quite meth, but I suppose crack will do. And finally, some jackass that works for Kotaku will probably say as they cup the balls,
Finally, I can see myself in Diablo thanks to this amazing character creator.
as for scores, I'm guessing 6s across the board. Now,
Oh no, dog.
for my score, it's a firm. It is the way it is, brother.
It's just the way it is. Just the way it is, fool. Just the way it is, man. Just the way it is. Just the way it is.
All right, it's about to get loud, pimp. All right, ladies and pimps, this song's for those times when it's just the way it is.
Oh wow, this dude is a great YouTuber. Wow, you're good, bro. Yes. I love your content. This is so good. It's just the way it is. God knows how much editing you had to do.